500 people were watching live when we tried to fire this engine for the very first time, and it turned into an unforgettable moment, but not for reasons you would think. If you're new here, welcome. This is Side Piece, Wes's and I's first big ground-up build together. We pulled her off the lawn in mid-March with one crazy goal: finish her in under 100 days for Whitley Diesel Truck Fest. In the last episode, we dropped the cab onto the chassis live on TikTok in front of over 720 people, with plenty of people saying that those down bars for the roll cage wouldn't line up. We proved them wrong. We wrapped up the wiring prep and got her just about ready for that first fire. We're going live again. And if you've ever built an engine before, you know the first fire almost never goes as planned. What happened next became a moment our community still talks about, but there's something that they never saw. After the live ended, we discovered a problem that could have ended our journey to Whitley before it even began. So buckle up. This is Side Piece's first fire and the untold story that unfolded after. How's it going, Wes?
Fan-freaking-tastic, because we're getting really close to firing this thing, and I'm very excited. All the wiring that goes to the trans is hooked up. All the linkages for the transfer case and the transmission are hooked up. The speed sensors are hooked up. So just like kind of all that stuff, buttoning it up. Before we go to fire it, I'll probably do one more check on these just to make sure everything is good to go. But we should, here in just a second, be able to prime the fuel system. And then we're going to prime the oil system and hopefully be able to fire this bad boy.
So when you cranked it over like that, is that you priming it?
No, I was trying to get the lift pump to start sending some fuel, but it did not. Currently trying to get some oil pressure to make sure nothing's leaking.
Did you just say oil?
Oil. Them there old.
So what are we gonna do, Wes?
Hopefully hear this thing run for the first time. It's not gonna run for very long, but if we can hear it fire, I'll be a happy man. It's like we can make some smoke. It'll be a good day.
So, I've never seen this before. If it's good, what can I expect? If it's bad, what can I expect?
Well, it's good. It'll start and run. Hopefully idle halfway decent. If it is bad, there will be lots of bad noises and the engine will decide to not go. Or it'll just not start. So, if it doesn't start, there's probably some wiring stuff I need to hunt down, but I'm pretty confident I got it right. But I have been working on this with like non-stop with very little sleep, so hopefully I got it all right.
All right. Go ahead.
Kick out that lift pump with the leaks, and then here we go.
We are starting this for the first time, guys. Pray for us. Fire extinguisher ready? Are we gonna need a fire extinguisher?
Potentially. You got one right there though. One there, there's one right there.
You guys are making me scared.
You never know, shit happens.
Thanks, Miles. There. Oh no. It's leaking fuel. I understand. People in the comments, they can be that. We actually debated whether or not to even do it on a live. those people that have been with us, they deserve to see this live. And he already warned me. He said that he's like, I was like, set expectations. Like, will it fire the first time? And he's like, probably not. And then I was like, well, how long does it take until you figure that out? He was like, probably at least an hour. So
Alright, victory. Is anybody excited?
I'm so excited. And he's like, you have no idea the feeling. And I was like, well, I mean, I was here when you dropped the cab on, that was exciting. And I was here when you dropped the engine. He's like, no. You have no idea the feeling when it starts. And I do.
There's a lot of different moments that are exciting. But when you build something from scratch, the first time you hear it come to life is always a pretty cool moment.
Should I just start going through all these comments because they are all fucking cheering you on? Like, I feel so bad that you're just over here like,
I want to hear them.
You know?
I feel like no one gave a shit. We did a good job, guys.
Sorry,
Come on.
I needed to get my together, okay? Great feeling, great job. Great job for both of you guys. Just woke up for the first time. Congratulations. You can tell you love that man. I knew you had it. I want to come hug you, Dad. Even the dogs helped out. Happy tears. Congratulations. Yay. Dad, get it together before I tear up. This man knows his What an amazing team. Dad, you have a good man. I shed tears for y'all just now. That was just wow. Side pieces alive. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations to both of you guys. Great work, Wes. I woke up 15 seconds before she turned over, making me almost cry, Deb. Big thumbs up. Take all the time you need, Deb. That's a big moment. Glad to be here to experience it with y'all. First star complete. It's a major accomplishment. Literally like 70 more. Hold on. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for the experience. He's the man. Guys, just reading your guys' comments. It's alive. Next exciting part is to drive it. We're all high-fiving you over here. I just jumped out of my chair. Billy said he did a great job. Whiteout says hugs with a million exclamation marks. Miles, we're proud of you as well, Dad. Tell Wes I'm coming to drive it now. Gary says we're all proud of Wes. He says Wes deserves a shot of whiskey. Made us all cry with you, Deb. Scott says take a victory moment. Aaron says you're a great wife. The love and support you have for that man, it's undeniable. Speed says congratulations. Garrett says, hell yeah, brother. Beach says, so proud of you, Wes. Whiteout says, fell asleep and woke up 15 seconds before she could. Congrats to you all. Proud of you. He's a hard-working man. Chevy says, it's 2:30 here. I wasn't leaving until I heard it run. Man says, don't cry. I'm sorry. It's hard not to. 40,000 likes. You guys are amazing. Great work, you guys. So happy for you. Hope for an invite out to your next build. So proud of you, Wes. Let's get a hell yeah from him. Wes. Are you happy?
Hell yeah!
Cheers to Wes. Good job.
Thanks for being here with us, guys. Like, I feel like I got to share this with like all my closest friends. It means a ton.
Because you want to eat your squeezy peanut butter crackers.
I said it and it sounded really good. All right.
That peanut butter sticky.
We got some peanut butter in my mouth.
Let me see. You're good. Okay.
All right, so we got our first fire.
Hell yeah.
Freaking awesome. I really need to do cam break in. That's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because it's like, I don't know, probably getting close to 1 in the morning. But overall, pretty good first fire. All the normal bumps I've faced a million times doing this shit. Just nature of the beast. But yeah, we started it live on TikTok. I mean, I don't know how many people have the balls to actually do this live on TikTok. I think it takes a certain amount of confidence to be able to do that. But I had full faith it would fire. I told Deb beforehand, it's not gonna fire the first time. I've never had that happen. You normally have this kind of things where you missed a fuel leak or something like that. Pretty normal. So, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna make this thing drive. So I'll be pulling it out of the shop under its own power.
I was still on cloud 9, but Wes had been carrying something this whole time.
I'm a little nervous, like, it didn't seem like anything was going sideways, but I saw the oil pressure going down really quick. And I don't know why it would have been doing that. Like, that makes me super nervous.
He'd spotted it while we were live. The oil pressure was dropping to 0, but he kept it off of his face so that no one watching would know. And now, with the live over, he finally told me.
What does it mean?
It means that I have to tear the whole engine down again and figure out why. And I can't think of any reason why it would have happened. So I'm just going on the assumption it's probably just my thing come in plugged because it's not staying in. But if it's not, like, that's a really big fucking deal.
We didn't know if it was just a bad sensor or if our journey to Whitley was about to end right there.
Do you want to try it again?
I'm really tempted to.
Do it.
Well,
Did the same thing. It has really good oil pressure, and then it drops off. Like, and that's a lot of white smoke. I would expect that to clear up right now. I'm a little nervous. I need to just get a sensor on. I need to get a regular gauge on. I don't know that I trust that gauge. If it's legitimately dropping oil pressure like that, I think the only thing it could be is if the oil pickup tube is somehow leaking.
intro video. Take 1.
All right, so yesterday, huge day. It's always a great day when you get your new rig or your new engine started for the very first time. So super exciting. We had lots of people on. Gotta say it was a little nerve-wracking starting an engine live in front of 500 people. That's a first for me, but it went well, or about like I expected. A couple little things that we had to work through, but that's normal. We have a couple things that we got to figure out today. The most concerning one is when I was running yesterday, I kicked it on, so we primed the system. We had, a little bit of oil pressure, which is what I'd expect from just a prime. Started the engine, and immediately pumped up to almost 50 psi of oil pressure. So that's great, tons of oil pressure. But what was happening is after it run for about 10 seconds, the oil pressure would slowly drop down to 0. And if you're getting oil pressure and it's, the system's primed, you get oil pressure immediately on startup, there's not a lot of things that can be, at least nothing really that I can think of. So my assumption is we have a pressure sensor issue. This is a new pressure sensor, but doesn't mean it doesn't have an issue. So we're just gonna put a mechanical gauge on it and test that out. So the hope is there's no issue. If there is an issue though, the only things I can think of it being would be something with the oil pump not being seated correctly, but I would assume that would manifest in not getting oil pressure in the first place. Or there's something going on where we might have a crack in the oil tube that I didn't notice. And if that's the case, what it could be doing is we're getting prime, but as it starts building pressure, it's sucking oil and then it cavitates. So worst case scenario, I have to pull this thing out, pull the actual feed tube out from the pan and replace it, which means this whole thing has to come out because there's no way I can really do it in frame. So I'm keeping up my hopes up, keeping positive that it is just a sensor issue. Nothing would indicate that we had low oil pressure. Everything sounded great, so we'll just have to fire it and with the mechanical gauge and see what's going on. Well, we just hooked up this oil pressure, sort of going to use just a good old mechanical gauge. I set it up there so I can see it from the cab. And that'll tell us if we have a sensor or something else going on. So, see we give her a go. I'm just going to throw some more fuel in real quick. Why we check 70 pounds of oil pressure. Here's the idiot box.
Feel better, baby?
So like all night long I'm like, there is nothing wrong in that engine. I know damn well I checked everything like 5 freaking times. I know because I got to put it together 4 times. So I know I checked it. So it's one of those things where I'm like, it's gotta be the sensor, it's gotta be the sensor, but it's that lingering thing in your brain where it's like, what if it's not the sensor? But what if it is the sensor? Okay, and there's no fuel on the ground.
Boom! Okay, be honest. Did you even question Wes's ability for a second? Side piece is alive. But what happened next, we never saw coming. Wes, the guy who never quits, hits a breaking point. Something happened that changed everything. And after that, Side Piece rolls out for her very first drive. Want to see this build from the beginning? Click right here and watch the whole playlist. It moved for the first time, Wes. Woo! And if you're loving the ride, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's next.
All right, you guys are looking at this ugly grandpa truck white, and I think you guys know me well enough by now to know that we are not doing another white Dodge Ram like everybody else. I'll give you a short hint. You look at the engine bay, you might be able to figure out what the color of this truck is gonna be. But I promise you, it will be fire when we're done.
See you next time, guys.